Thanks for streaming King's Country at kingscountry.net. I'm Jim King. Stay with me. We've got audio samples from my 1000th TV episode that airs this weekend on Fox 4, the CW, Strike TV, and YouTube. We're also going to zoom off to Nashville to talk to Brothers of the Heart, Jimmy Fortune's band. A magnificent lineup with this band. On the Jim King of the Radio Show, stay with us. It's a TGIF.
If there's a plane or a bus leaving Dallas.
King's Country is streaming from Beaumont, Texas, where country is still king. We have a long legacy of country stars from our region. You'll see a few of them on my TV show this weekend because we're celebrating our 1000th episode. Been in the works for years. And we're also coming up on our 20th anniversary of the Jim King of the TV show. Of course, a big part of our platform is this radio station where I've become music director recently. Yeah, Mickey Ashworth retired, so it's in my hands now. And I really hadn't changed much about the music since his retirement. I've added a couple of songs, but I'll be on the lookout. Speaking of that, here's Ella Langley. She debuted another brand new song recently at the Listening Room in Nashville. It's called I Gotta Quit. Here's a quick clip. It's a TGIF edition of the Jim King of the Radio Show. Stay with me because we're serving up some good stuff for your dining and dancing pleasure. In the 12 noon hour, we've got Alan Jackson coming up, Her Majesty Miranda Lambert, Kenny Chesney, just to name a few. And coming up in the next break, we're going to zoom off to Nashville and talk to Jimmy Fortune and Brothers of the Heart. They're coming to the Lutcher in Orange, Texas, the Lutcher Theater, on Tuesday, October 28th, Halloween week. You can get your tickets at lutcher.org. I'll remind you in that little interview coming up, and we'll play some live recorded music of them in action. Brothers of the Heart coming up in the next break. Straight ahead, another King's Classic clip. Stay right there.
King of the Road.
I'm Jim King of the Road, and as promised, here comes King's Classic Clips. For this one, we're going way back a decade or so, backstage in Jasper, Texas, with Cody Johnson.
My ag teacher, Larry Fortenberry, and this is no lie, he said, you're going to play, and you're going to play well, and you're going to succeed. And I said, I don't know if I want to. He said, no, son, you don't understand. You're going to play. And I said, yes, sir. And that's how we started our first band. But he also encouraged me to rodeo. And, I wrote my first time at his house and encouraged me to rodeo. And little did he know, later on we'd be selling CDs off the tailgate at rodeos. So
there you have another King's Classic clip, only on King's Country. Back to the music. Howdy, folks. Jim King of the TV and radio here. I've got special treats for you today. I think it's the first time I've had 4 stellar performers at the same time. It's a super group, Brothers of the Heart. We're talking Jimmy Fortune, Bradley Walker, Mike Rogers, and Ben Isaacs. Hey, guys. Great to see you.
Good to be with you, man.
Hey, buddy.
And you're coming to the Lutcher Theater on the 28th of this month. That's in our neck of the woods, Orange, Texas. You can get tickets right now at lutcher.org. We're really excited about this. I've been watching you on YouTube, and I've watched Jimmy's show before because he's on our same station, Strike TV. That's one of the affiliates that we're on. So looking forward to the concert. Tell us what we can look forward to.
Well, we do a lot of different things. We cover, mostly gospel country music, and then we'd also venture into a little bit of the pop field every once in a while. A lot of different genres of music, but we really focus on our God and our country and our family, family-oriented music, and we just enjoy the songs that we grew up with. We went back and we kind of reminisced a little bit and put together some of the songs that really affected us in our lives. And through the years, that's what we've done. We've just put those songs out there, and people really relate to it because we kind of present it a little bit, not pay really close attention to and the songs that we do, so we don't change them too much, but people kind of hear it in a little bit of a fresh way.
That's the famous Jimmy Fortune. Spent 21 years with the Statler brothers. You just filled in one day, I think. You had to audition for that, and they saw your talent and what you could bring to the table, and you spent 21 years with them and penned some pretty major songs, including Elizabeth. I love that song.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that. I've had a lot of God things in my life, this being one of them as well. But when the Statler Brothers hired me, I filled in for Lou. Lou DeWitt was the tenor singer for the Statler Brothers, who wrote Flowers on the Wall, many of their big hits. And he heard me singing at a local ski resort up in Virginia, and I was the first name out of his mouth when it came time for someone to fill in for him. And it was just temporary at first, but then it turned into a 21-year career with the most awarded act in the history of country music, and I was just very thankful. And I'm really thankful to be a part of this group today. This is a dream come true for me, too, being with Brothers of the Heart.
Yeah, you guys got together in 2020 during the pandemic. I guess it was quite a bit different than maybe you were isolating and doing Zoom calls and talking to each other about it?
Singing around the house.
Yeah.
We actually did our first video right like 2 weeks before the world shut down.
That's right.
And so we kind of put it together right before COVID happened, and then as luck would have it, that all happened, so we had to kind of get a little bit creative with how we released that first project. But man, it's been, I think I could speak for all of us, it's been pretty amazing to see the response that we've gotten from people all over the country, because we didn't originally, I don't think we intended on going out on the road and playing 10, 15 dates a year like what we've been doing. And it has just been amazing to see people come from all over the country when we go out and play these dates. People drive. We've been playing in Pennsylvania before, and I've heard folks say that they've driven all the way from Seattle, Washington to Pennsylvania to come see us. And things like that are just amazing. It's been a huge blessing, I think. I know I speak for myself when I say that it's just, I could never have imagined what this would turn into. It's true.
Again, that's Jimmy Fortune, Bradley Walker, Mike Rogers, and Ben Isaacs. You can see them live and in person Tuesday, October 28th at the Lutcher Theater. Get your tickets right now at lutcher.org. You guys harmonize incredibly. Did you realize that? You must have just got together and say, hey, we're like the Olympic relay team here, the way we harmonize. You must have just been pinching yourself the first time you got into a studio or to a rehearsal and started singing together. Did you have a big moment where that hit you?
Yeah, take it, Ben. You knew about that.
No, Ben.
Yeah, so we met at my house, actually, right here in this living room, the first time we ever really sang together for any amount of time. Mike and I've produced Bradley's projects and Jimmy's projects over the years. And Mike and I have sang on Mikey's projects, and Mike and I have sang on Bradley's projects, but the four of us had never gotten together as brothers, and just started singing here in my living room, man. And it was just, I got chills the first time we sang together, just hearing the blend. A lot of guys, when you get guys together to sing together, some have vibratos and some don't. We're all straight tones, so that when we stick a note, it just feels like it's just huge. And I love, singing with, these guys and being on stage with them as a continuation of what you were talking about a minute ago. I look at it as more of a, like Jimmy said, it's a God thing. God has given me music in my life to get me through a lot of things, and also to help other people get through a lot of things. Yep. And to be able to have a group of guys to go out with and make the kind of music that we get to make and impact people's lives and see the reaction from the stage of how something that we're doing is taking them to a place that they haven't been in a while, or a comfortable place that makes them smile. To be able to be a part of a band that does that, man, that's the most charging thing for me as a musician. I love it.
Here comes Brothers of the Heart and Ring of Fire as our Jackson Hill Park and Marina music clip of the week, straight from Nashville.
King of the road.
Jim King of the Road here. Now time for another edition of King's Classic Clips. We're going all the way back to 2011, the last Beaumont Boys Bash in Beaumont, Texas. Starring Clay Walker.
I went to South Park High School, and I see a lot of my friends out here, and then I went to Vider High School, and it's crazy, that the people that shaped you and made you who you are. And every night that I'm on the road, playing in front of different people that I've never seen before, you're always with me, because this song is about who I am and where I grew up, and all you people are part of that. So I'm going to dedicate this song to you, because you're the people that put me on the map, and I owe you a whole lot for that. Skipping rocks, skipping rope.
King of the Road.
Thanks for streaming King's Country at kingscountry.net. This is just a portion of our platform here at King of the Road Productions in Beaumont, Texas. We also have a TV show that's celebrating its 1,000th episode. Took nearly 20 years. We're coming up on the 20th anniversary this July 2026. We launched it in 2006, and I've recently added music director of King's Country to my list of chores every week. Haven't added a lot of music yet, but I'll definitely be checking out some of the new stuff from the proven players that we have from the latest cream of the crop, the new ones, like Zach Top. Did you see this? He recently skipped an encore at one of his shows because he was dying to watch the rest of the Mariners game. Here he is talking about it.
I'm not proud to admit this, but we had a show the other night in Louisville. I walked off the stage, and the crowd was pretty insistent that they wanted an encore, and I did not give them an encore because I was already sprinting back to my green room to watch the rest of the game. I had my monitor engineer feeding me score updates in my ears throughout the course of the show.
Thanks again for streaming King's Country at kingscountry.net. I'm Jim King of the TV and radio. I'm never shy about bragging on our local heritage of music here. Country has always been king in Southeast Texas, going all the way back to Tex Ritter. You might recall George Jones grew up around here, Saratoga, Texas, and used to play on the streets as a young lad of Beaumont, Texas. He would strum his guitar and play for change and things on street corners. Then he moved over to Vider, Texas, lived there for several years. And in the 90s, we had a trio of superstars that emerged from Southeast Texas. Mark Chestnut went to MCA Records back in 1990. 2 years later, Tracy Byrd signed with MCA, and they were followed by younger Clay Walker. Clay Walker has still had a fantastic career. I believe he lives near Houston right now. Mark Chestnut and Tracy Byrd live right here in Beaumont, Texas, where country is still king. I'm just Jim King. Stay with me. Miranda Lambert, Her Majesty, coming up next.
The King of Country.
I should have known that with the crown you've got on your head there.
Jim King.
Thanks for streaming King's Country, kingscountry.net. That's Kenny Chesney. I'm Jim King. Here comes my friend Mark Chestnut. As I told you earlier, he lives right here in Beaumont, Texas. He's the anchor man for my 1,000th episode this weekend. It's a viral clip. Now, this clip starts off in the 90s with Mark on a talk show with the Possum, his mentor, George Jones. Then we follow that up with a clip from about 2008 in Beaumont outside the Dixie Dance Hall that we captured of Mark explaining what the Possum really means to him and his career. Check it out. It went viral on social media.
Mark, I know this is a thrill for you because George is your hero.
That's right. Greatest. I'm nervous. I'm scared to death right now. I've been on this show about 5 or 6 times, and I just about started getting comfortable with it, about all these cameras and things, and then I have to sing in front of George Jones.
Well, you're doing a good job, son.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, George has always been my main inspiration, I guess, because my daddy grew up here in Beaumont, and George spent a lot of time here, living here. And back in the 50s, Daddy and George were buddies. They were hanging around together and running the beer joints around here. And so I've always been fascinated with George Jones. And I met him back in the 80s. I was with a band that happened to play a fundraiser for Sheriff Mike Holthaffel over in Hardin County. I think George had gotten in some trouble down there, and that was part of his deal. He had to go play a free show for the sheriff, and I opened up that night. That's when I first met him, and he remembered my daddy, and we talked. And after that, I did several shows opening up at Jones Country when he had that, and we've been friends ever since.
That's how the 1,000th episode of the Jim King of the TV show ends this week in Southeast Texas. Don't miss it on Fox 4, the CW, Strike TV, and YouTube. And thanks for streaming King's Country.
Woman, since you was woman, and I've had a beautiful time. King of the road.
Jim King of the TV and radio, behind the wheel. Thanks for riding shotgun. I'll promise to keep between the ditches. Well, I don't know about that because we're about to check out this guy. He's a really cool cat. We're talking about independent superstar Frank Foster at Honky Tonk, Texas. Frank Foster, great to see you, man.
Thank y'all for coming aboard, man.
Honky Tonk, Texas, in Silsbee, Texas, by God.
By God, first time here, man. Looked like it's going to be a good time.
Yes, sir.
We're excited.
Yeah, we're real excited. We're celebrating our 585th episode with you.
585, that ain't too bad.
No, it's a nice round number.
That's right, unless you count them backwards.
Yeah, this show's been on for over 11 years. We do music, and we prefer music of your style, kind of a traditional sound, but man, you've had a lot of success with your albums from Billboard.
We've done okay. It's kind of been unprecedented, I guess you could say, what we've done as complete independent operation. Like you said, I don't know. I think we put out 6 albums. 5 of them have charted on Billboard, and a couple in the top 10, a couple in the top 20, man. We've just been blessed. We got to bring that back to the fans, though.
And he certainly has. And stay tuned for Frank Foster. We play a good bit of Frank. Only the good stuff on King's Country. Thanks again for streaming King's Country, kingscountry.net. That does it for the Jim King of the radio show for a TGIF edition. Don't miss the TV show. It's our 1,000th episode. Several more opportunities to catch it on Fox 4, the CW, Strike TV, and YouTube. Check local listings. Our flagship airing is Saturday nights at 9:30-ish because we're in football right now. Our normal time is 9:30, immediately following local news on Fox 4. But during this time, we get pushed back sometimes. So it's approximately 11 o'clock tomorrow night on Fox 4. So don't you dare miss it. Keep it between the ditches. Have a good one. And we'll talk to you soon. Later, Gators.
Long live the king.